Hello, and welcome back to Tech Support Monday, where we make technology less confusing, one topic at a time. Today, we're diving into one of the most common sources of frustration, printers. If you ever tried to print something important and ended up ready to throw your printer out the window, you're not alone. That happens to almost everyone I've ever talked to. We're going to break it down step by step, from setting up your printer the right way to solving these most common issues, and even a few simple maintenance tips along the way to help prevent future problems. And don't worry, you don't have to be tech savvy for this. By the end of the video, you'll feel more confident about handling your printer and maybe even a little less afraid of it. Let's get started. Let's start with something that people often overlook. Where you actually put your printer matters. If it's a wired printer, make sure it's close enough to your computer or router for the cable to reach it comfortably. No tight stretches across the room. For wireless printers, pick a spot with a strong Wi-Fi signal. Printers don't do well with weak connections, so avoid putting them in corners of a house with bad signal or behind too many walls. What you have inside your walls, from wiring to installation, can affect the wireless signal. And here's something you might not know. Microwaves and even thick metal furniture can interfere with your Wi-Fi signal. If your wireless printer keeps disconnecting, try moving it closer to your router or use an Ethernet cable for a rock-solid connection. Lastly, pick a spot where it's safe from spills or extreme heat, and ideally near an outlet, so you don't have power cables running across walkways. Next up, getting your printer ready to actually print. Most printers have an easy open front or top lid for ink or toner. Take out your cartridges out of the packaging, remove any protective tape, and slide them until they click. If you're unsure of which way they go, check your manual or look up the color-coded guide inside the printer. It's usually foolproof. For paper, use good quality printer paper and don't overload the tray. A neat fanned-out stack helps prevent pages from sticking together and jamming. If you use specialty paper like labels or cardstock, make sure you adjust the printer settings for that type. Otherwise, it might jam or print poorly. Here's a bonus tip. Store extra paper flat and in a dry place. Humidity can make pages curl, even so slightly, which increases jams and misfeeds. Okay, now your printer has ink, toner, and paper ready. Let's talk about the brains of the operation, the software. Every printer needs drivers to work correctly. Think of them as the translators that help your computer and printer speak the same language. Most new printers come with a CD, but many computers don't even have CD drives anymore. No worries, just visit the printer manufacturer's website, search your model number, and download the latest software. If your printer supports it, you can also install the manufacturer's mobile app. These apps make it easy to print straight from your phone or tablet, and they often include handy tools like checking ink level or running maintenance tasks. One last tip here, even if your printer works right out of the box, check for updates. Software updates fix bugs and features and keep things running smoothly. Now let's deal with the part we all dread, when something goes wrong. Problem 1. The printer won't print. First, check the basics. Make sure the printer is powered on and connected. If it's wireless, confirm it's on the same Wi-Fi network as your computer or phone. Also, check your computer settings to make sure you're sending the job to the correct printer. Sometimes Windows or Mac OS will pick an old one by mistake. Problem 2. Paper jams. They happen. Open the access panel as shown in your manual and gently pull out the paper in the direction it normally feeds. Pulling it backwards can cause damage or leave torn pieces of paper inside. After clearing it, check for any tiny scraps of paper still stuck inside. Problem 3. Poor print quality. Faded, streaky, or fuzzy prints often mean low ink or clogged nozzles. Most printers have a built-in cleaning cycle under the maintenance menu. Run that and check the print head alignment while you're there. And make sure that you're using the right type of paper for your job. Cheap or incorrect paper can look worse than you think. Next, slow printing. If your every job takes forever, check your printer settings. High quality mode is great for photos, but also slows down big text documents. Switch to draft mode when quality isn't critical. And if you're using Wi-Fi, consider temporarily plugging in a USB cable for big jobs. It can make things significantly easier and faster. Before we wrap up, Let's talk about a few things that people don't think about, but should. First, update your printer's firmware every so often. Yes, printers have firmware, just like your phone or computer. These updates can fix bugs and improve performance. Second, if you don't print often, make a habit of printing at least once every couple of weeks. Inkjet paper printers especially hate sitting idle. The ink can dry and clog, and you'll waste ink running the cleaning cycle later. Third, keep an extra anchor toner stored in a cool, dry place. Heat and moisture can ruin them over time. And when you buy cartridges, be cautious about third-party refills. Some work fine and save you plenty of money, but others can cause errors or even leak inside your printer, ruining it. Finally, keep your printer dust-free. A quick wipe down now and then, or even tossing a light cover over it when it's not in use, can keep the rollers and sensors happy. It's a simple step that prevents a lot of weird and random issues later. Sometimes, no matter what you do, your printer just doesn't want to cooperate. How do you know when it's time to stop fixing and start replacing? Here's a good rule of thumb. If your printer constantly jams, prints slowly even after troubleshooting, or isn't supported by modern operating systems anymore, it might be time for an upgrade. Another big sign? When buying new ink or toner costs more than half the price of a brand new printer. That's when it's usually not worth it to keep pouring money into the old one. If you do replace your printer, don't just throw it away in the trash. Many office supply stores and local recycling centers will take old printers and cartridges for proper disposal. You might even be able to donate working printers to schools or community centers. So you're not just solving your problem, you're helping someone else too. Hi there, Sandra. That's a common issue with Wi-Fi printers. Try assigning your printer a static IP address through your router settings. It prevents it from constantly switching. Also, make sure your printer firmware is up to date. If it's far from your router, a Wi-Fi extender or using an Ethernet cable can make the connection more reliable. Great question, James. If you print infrequently, try setting a reminder to run a small nozzle check or print a single page every once couple weeks. This keeps the ink flowing without big waste. Storing your printer in a room with stable temperatures and humidity also helps prevent drying out. Some people even cover their printer with a dust cover when not in use to reduce airflow around the printer heads. Hi, Lori. Third-party cartridges can work fine, but quality varies a lot. Some brands are reliable, but others may leak, clog, or even not be recognized by your printer. If you do go third-party, look for highly rated ones made specifically for your printer model and avoid super cheap, no-name options. Keep in mind that using them may void certain parts of your warranty if your printer still is under coverage. Hi, Darren. Many modern printers let you print straight from your phone or tablet. Check if your printer supports AirPrint for iPhone or Google Print or alternatives for Android. Also, most big brands like HP, Canon, or Epson have free apps that make wireless printing easy without needing your computer turned on. That's a good question, Maya. Wi-Fi printers are essentially little computers. So yes, they can be vulnerable. Keep your printer's firmware updated, use a secure Wi-Fi password, and then disable any remote printing services you don't use. For most home users, that's more than enough to stay safe. Let's do a quick recap. Choose the right spot for your printer so you avoid weak signals and messy cables. Install your ink, toner, and paper properly to prevent early jams. Get your software drivers updated and ready so your computer and printer work well together. Learn the common problems and quick fixes so you don't waste time panicking. And finally, do a little bit of maintenance to keep your printer running smoothly, or know when it's time to replace it. We hope this helps you feel more comfortable setting up and troubleshooting your printer. If you've ever had your own printer tips or even funny printer disaster stories, drop them in the comments. We'd love to hear them. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more simple tech guides every Monday and Wednesday, and tune in next week where we'll tackle another big frustration. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you then.